Hey guys, welcome to the garage. Today is part one of the build review for the Hummer H1 for Meng models. I was mentioned in the comment section on the What's in the Box video, hey, you should do a build review. So here we are. This will be part one. Part two, I'll do the interior. Part three will cover the body and getting it wrapped up. I will be using the upgrade kit as well. This video just going to be comprised of just pictures that I took along the way. Sorry, no video. For whatever reason, I just didn't do any video. So it's all pictures. It's going to be boring, but we'll get through it. And we'll start with a couple early on photos. Just some pre-assembling, getting stuff ready for paint. We have the engine block and the training chassis, or the frame, excuse me. Pre-mounted the springs for painting. Same with the drivetrain. I mounted the spindles on the control arms for painting. They're not glued on; they're just sitting there. The actual fit was pretty good, so I was able to put them on there, and they wouldn't fall off during painting. Did a mock-up on the body. Couldn't resist. Doors, getting the hinges pre-assembled for painting, since they were separate. Onto the chassis. Did a real quick mock-up on the front and rear pieces to see how they would fit, because I wanted to do a mock-up, of course. So there you see a mock-up. Looks pretty good. And we got some paint on some parts. Engine almost completed. Some top half bits are missing, as well as the cooling fan is also missing in this photo. We have a rear shot of it. Real detail-wise on the simpler side, but still looks halfway decent once completed. And really, once you get everything completed and you get the engine in place, you're not going to be able to see the engine anyways. You're just going to see the top parts of the engine anyways. And then we have a real quick mock-up shot of the engine on the frame. And then before I put the engine on the frame, the front and rear drivetrain bits and suspension bits in place. At this point, all good. Back to that one again. Okay, moving on. Now we have getting closer to being complete. Gas tanks installed, exhaust piping installed, dry shafts installed. While we're on this right here, a couple things I want to mention. This right here is a second fuel tank. Now, Meng models couldn't decide apparently what year they wanted to make a Hummer kit. What year they wanted to base their Hummer kit on, because it's a mix match of different years. The barn doors, for instance, came later on in the run, and so did the rear fuel tank. On the earlier models, up until I think 96, 97, somewhere in there, I don't remember for sure, maybe a little later, the batteries were moved from the underneath the passenger seat to the engine compartment on a tray right next to the radiator on the right side. The kit does not have any batteries or anything, so that leaves me. So that's pointing at you're doing an earlier version, but yet they still added some stuff that backdates it to a later version. So it's a mix and match. Who knows what you can pick a number, what year, and say, hey, this is what year it is, and it'll be somewhat accurate, because it doesn't really matter, because there's so many different things that they combined in this kit. It's just one of those things. So I guess it doesn't really matter what exact year it is. The other issue I had, if I remember how to erase this line, I don't. There we go. I had a little bit of issues with the rear drive shaft, and it being too long from the transfer case. Now, I don't know if it was me or if it was the kit's fault, but for whatever reason, the drive shaft was just a little bit too long going to the rear axle. So I shortened it up a little bit at the U-joint to get it to sit into place. Again, your mileage may vary. You may not have any issues. I did. The front shaft fit fine. No worries there. One other thing I want to point out, this little pipe right there, that'll be the fuel filler pipe. Or tubing. Something we don't see very often. We see top side of it. Okay, the fit on some of this stuff is really good. The rear tank right there is in place, and it's not glued in place. It's just pushed in place. It fits really good. You don't even need to worry about gluing it, which I didn't, obviously. But so that part, that fit was good. No glue on that. Since we're on the issue of fit issues, I want to go back to this photo right here. As you can see right here, there's some little mounting nubs. I'm going to call them mounting nubs. Okay. Those right there, I had to trim those down a little bit. When I was, as you can see on this picture here, this is where they would mount into. Well, again, I'm not 100% sure where the issue came from. But when I was putting these pieces on, it was not letting this part here fit 100% up against the mounting areas on the frame, and that area right there. So what I did is I just trimmed those nubs down, and voila, it fit, and problem solved. So we're moving forward. There's another couple of mock-up photos, just having a little bit of fun. And there you see the underside. So there we have it, part 1 of the H1 Hummer from Meng Models. I hope it wasn't too boring for you guys, and we'll see you next time on part 2.